My movie this week is a movie that is an Oscar contender. It was nominated for a somewhat surprising Golden Globe this year, and it is the Best International Film nominee from the great country of Finland. The movie I'm actually talking about does not involve a Helsinki boat chief. It is Fallen Leaves, the new movie by the probably the most well-known Finnish filmmaker, and maybe the only one that I can think of, whose name is Aki Kaurismaki. And I've seen several of Kaurismaki's movies. I like him a lot. I think the best way to characterize his films is kind of like a mixture between Wes Anderson and Jim Jarmusch. And if you know those filmmakers, you have a pretty, except Finnish. I'll stop with that. But the movie is kind of a dramedy. It's not really a comedy. It's not really a drama. And the characters speak in very flat, ironic tones, just like, and they kind of like almost look at the camera sometimes. And the staging is very intentional and deliberate. It's not over the top necessarily like a Wes Anderson movie, but you know his movies instantaneously when they start. Although I guess I would say they're more caustic maybe, and that's kind of maybe the Scandinavian flavor of it. The movie stars Alma Poisti, who was I thought a surprise nominee for Best Actress at the Golden Globes this year in a musical comedy. And she's good in the movie. I don't know if she's like great, but she stars in the movie as Ansa. And she's this kind of down on her luck woman who works as like a grocery store, like stock person. And she gets fired at the beginning of the movie. It's in Helsinki. It's present day Helsinki, even though it looks like it's the 60s or 70s. I mean, the country's really backwards. They listen to the radio. It looks like you're watching The Lives of Others or something. I don't know. It looks very communist chic. But we know it's present day because they keep hearing these reports about Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, the movie is a love story, though. It's a love story between this kind of hapless woman and this guy that she meets named Holappa, and he's played by Jussi Vanenten. So Scandinavian names are always fun to pronounce. And he's also kind of a loser, too. He gets fired multiple times for drinking on the job, and they meet in a karaoke bar. And if that's not the most Finnish thing ever, I don't know what is. Yeah, the movie's kind of about how, they're both these kind of tortured souls a little bit. There's a little bit of like a more comic Leaving Las Vegas in it because his alcoholism definitely gets in the way of their relationship. And there's some nice cinematic in-jokes, too. They go to the movies a lot. And this is a movie that exists inside the world of a movie, like Kaurismaki's movies do. I sometimes think Kaurismaki movies get a little cutesy. And this one does a tiny bit, too. I think I actually like the drama in this movie more than the comedy. And there's something in the last that happened. There's a big development in the last 20 minutes that I didn't really believe. It felt kind of forced, like out of a melodrama. I like the real, whatever was real in the kernels of these two characters. But it's a good movie. It's a solid movie. It's a 3-star movie. Kaurismaki is a fun director that I wish he made more movies, and I wish there was more knowledge of his movies in the West. I think they actually translate really well. And this is a movie that if it ever got remade in the United States would be casted as Ken himself, Ryan Gosling, and Michelle Williams. They kind of look a little like those actors, and so that made me almost like the movie a little bit more. It's a cool movie, 3 stars. Check it out, and check out Kaurismaki's other movies too.
Yeah, the poster looks very Ryan Gosling, Michelle Williams. Like they can see them in the theater. Yeah.
Yes. Imagine it being like second half of life move in Blue Valentine, Ryan Gosling, because like in that movie he also drinks on the job, and then like a little bit of Showing Up, Michelle Williams. Just kind of two characters that are just kind of been brought down by life a little bit. But it's a cool movie, and it'll be interesting to see how it performs at the Oscars. I would imagine it seems like a pretty clear shoo-in for Best International Film nominee, I would think. I don't know, though.